Time to revisit one of the biggest scammers on YouTube, HealthyGamerGG. And YouTube loves scammers like GG because this whole spiel is act on guys' insecurities to get them to throw away everything that brings them joy, to grind their lives away on the hamster wheel, trying to get a woman into their lives. YouTube loves it. That's why he has over 3 million subscribers. Now, let's see what one of his acolytes had to say to him.
I quit porn, gaming, and every dopamine hit, and now nothing makes me happy anymore.
Wow. So some loser who took your advice, he gave up everything that made him happy, and now he's not happy. What are the odds of that? Now, no, notice how dishonest these people are. Every dopamine hit. So they want to rephrase their pleasure as like a drug addiction, right? So, because if pleasure is something that makes you feel good, if you simply said, this makes me feel good, that's positive. So he can't trash that. So he's always got to put it on in a framing of this is an addiction, right? He gave up gaming. And notice that gaming and pornography, they are not alcohol, right? And here's another thing I want to point out to you. I asked, does this guy have children? He said yes, and his children's interest. His daughters are noted loved video games, which aligns with their family's focus on healthy gaming habits. See, his daughters, he's going to introduce his daughters to dopamine hits. You see, if you single guys, if you engage in video games, you're getting a dopamine hit. But when his daughters play video games, they're just having a good time. Now, here's another thing I want to point out to you guys. All I did was type in people nightlife. That's it. Gender neutral. What do you see the most? Women. Women are synonymous with the nightlife. And what are they doing? They're drinking alcohol. Now, notice all these women that drink alcohol, they're not alcoholics, are they? Some might be, but the majority are just people enjoying their alcohol. So notice when women are out there partying up and doing, leading a life of hedonism, it's all good and they're just drinking alcohol, but they're not considered getting dopamine hits, even though that's exactly what's going on here. And so this loser who follows this grifter, he ended up being unhappy because what did he do? He gave up the things that actually gave joy to his life. And now he's like, I don't understand. I have no joy after I gave up all my joys. Right.
Anyone else felt that void? So one of the most bizarre lessons I've learned working in addiction psychiatry is sobriety does not fix addiction. When I was like training, I had a patient.
Well, alcoholics, they're always alcoholics. Are you suggesting these gamers are like alcoholics that they can never give up their addiction to gaming? No, that guy talking, he wasn't addicted to pornography or gaming. He wasn't addicted to that, dude. He just enjoyed them. And he was insecure about his status because, unlike you, he didn't have a high enough status job to bribe some leech into his life. And that's what your wife is, by the way, dude. She's a leech. That's why you have to have the popular video, or I should say, popular YouTube channel, and she doesn't. You work for her. So a lot of these guys, it's just impossible for them to achieve it where you're at. There's only so many high status jobs out there. So rather than coming to terms with the fact that they're not a loser, they're just guys enjoying what they enjoy, they get insecure, they run to scammers like you. That's what you are, Gigi. You're a scammer. They follow what you have to say, and then they have no joy in their lives.
That's who would he fucking shoot up heroin. And I was in Boston, so there was a lot of K2 usage, which is like synthetic marijuana, right?
See, so he's talking about heroin and K2. What's that got to do with video games and pornography, right? What's that got to do with, look, the nightlife? You turn on YouTube, what do you see? You see a bunch of pornography, as far as I'm concerned. You see beautiful women dressed scantily to catch the male eye. For men to give up pornography, they would basically have to give up watching YouTube because it's everywhere. Dude, are you against OnlyFans? Right? You're not for against OnlyFans because women make a buck off of losers on OnlyFans. You're all for that. You're a fellow scammer just like them.
It's a lot of opioid addiction, a lot of K2 addiction, a lot of Adderall addiction, marijuana addiction, alcohol addiction, right?
Yeah, exactly. A lot of alcoholic addiction. None of these things, these are actual drugs. Pornography isn't a drug, and video games aren't a drug. If they are a drug, gamer, then why are you feeding drugs to your daughters? But continue with your grift, please.
And so, like, we have this idea that, okay, so if you're using substances and it's messing up your life, the way to fix that is to stop using substances. And, like, makes sense. Like, sobriety is great.
Oh, so it's sobriety. So it's sobriety when you're not playing video games? So are you suggesting your little girls are getting drunk when they play it? Hey guys, listen. All pleasure comes from your brain, and it's all chemical workings going on and synapses firing, all of it. So this is not a dopamine hit just because you're enjoying playing video games. You just enjoy it. And so this scammer here has to reframe it as an addiction, as you taking drugs.
But then I had like a problem with my patients, which was, or my patients had a problem, which is that even if they.
I had a problem with my patients. They came to me and said, hey, your grift isn't working for me. I don't understand. I followed everything you said. Oh, sorry, I misspoke. I meant my my patients have the problem, not with me, right?
After they do all the behavioral stuff to fix to attain sobriety, sometimes they're left like this.
Not sometimes, always, dude. Because that's one of the few things men have. They work jobs they hate. They come home, they play their video games, and they watch their pornography. They rub one out. They feel better. Now, look at these losers. Where is it? Addiction is a progressive narrowing of the things that bring you pleasure. Happiness is the progression expansion of things that bring you pleasure. Really? Like what? Like what expands it? Right? Like HealthyGamerGG. Does he belong to a community? No, he doesn't. His community is his wife, and they happen to have children from that. Right? So he's in the typical nuclear family unit where the wife rules. He works for her. Again, he has the giant channel. She doesn't. She doesn't need one. She's got a grifter working for her, right? So, dude, what Phantom? So are you suggesting that if you play video games and you watch pornography, you can't have any other joys? But what is the other joy? In other words, you can't get the girl. You got to grind your life away on some dead-end drudgery job for that, right? Look, this guy is actually sober, back to where you were. Last time you were there, you sought out addiction. Really, you sought out addiction? Andrew, that would suggest that your life was shit if you sought out addiction. So it makes some sense that getting sober, getting back to zero, not 100. No, no one sought out addiction. Guys sought out something to give them joy while they're grinding away trying to get that magical girl. Gamer GG, I'm going to tell you something. I know there's no joy to relationships with women, not long term. I've involved myself with women far too long. I've seen too many married couples arguing over needlessly over some trivial matter, like the guy left the toilet seat up again. That's what married losers like you do and what you get. I want no part of that. So anyway, I think I've said all I need to say about this cretin here. And all you losers, all you acolytes of GG, break out of your funk, go to the things that make you feel happy. Go back to pornography and your gaming and play them hard. Play them constantly because that's what life has to offer. There's no big brass ring at the end. If there is, what is it? It's always going to be the same thing. These guys find some wife or woman to say she will, and that's it. That's their big brass ring. What a bunch of losers.